And today's tutorial we're going to have a look at quite an important feature that you're going to have to tackle at some point as a 3D artist if you ever want to bring some life and attitude to your 3D characters. And quite often people will spend weeks and weeks modeling a character, but then spend very little time actually modeling the eyes. And the eyes are so important to relating emotion and giving the character far more life and depth. And so there's some very cheap and nasty ways to model up some quick eyes and just to put a straight material on a sphere. But what we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to take a look at a time-honored technique for doing eyes in 3D that is used comprehensively by some of the bigger studios out there, namely Pixar, DreamWorks, just to name a few. And as soon as I show you some of these references I've gathered, you'll straight away you'll know exactly what the eyes that I'm talking about look like, because they are so common. And let's just have a quick look at some of the reference that I've gathered. This is the basic eye that we're going to try and tackle in this tutorial. It involves a little bit of modeling, a little bit of texturing. We'll jump into Photoshop to do a little bit of texturing. You won't need to use Photoshop. You can use any graphics package that you have, just to do some painting of some detail. And we're also going to take the time to do a very simple rig in 3D, an eye control rig, just based on a look at object, and also give the eye control rig some blink controls. So it's a fairly simple tutorial, but it's definitely one that you want to put in your 3D repertoire and have ready to use the next time you need to do some eyes for your 3D characters. And I've got a couple of other examples, and I'll just minimize this slightly. Got a couple of other examples here that we can have a look at. And there's obviously Cars from Pixar. They use this technique, and you'll see that there is a highlight in the iris section, and there's that telltale specular spot on the cornea. And as we look at some other reference here, there's another good one.